All right, so let's start with the outside first, and then we'll just kind of go through the features.
It's a 2023 Jeep Rubicon 392. We actually bought it from Granger Motors in Iowa. It was a fantastic buying experience, probably the best car buying experience we've ever had. Their model is you order your vehicle, pay your money down, they call you when it comes in, you come pick it up and go. I think we ended up around $12,000 off of the sticker. We went to 3 dealers locally, and it ranged from the sticker all the way to sticker plus $25,000 to be able to order a 392. So dealing with Granger was amazing. They also have a deal where they want you in and out of the dealership within an hour. So you get there, you come in, you sign. We had one signature to make. We did everything else remotely. They showed us, then we walked right straight out, did the walk around to the Jeep and went. So it was a great experience for us. So you guys should check them out. No affiliation, we get nothing from it, but it was a fantastic experience. So '23 Rubicon 392. Right now, the 392 lifts are kind of odd because, you know, they're an inch taller than a Rubicon, which is an inch taller than a Sahara. So it's too confusing to talk about how tall of a lift you have. So I'll just tell you, we have Synergy springs. I went through several different manufacturers' springs. This is, I think, the 4th set, and I love them the best. And it's a 5-inch coil that I run right now. So on a 392, that's a 3-inch lift. Either way, it's a 5-inch coil. You guys know the 392s are pretty heavy, so it definitely squats it a little lower. We also run, we just got these in. These are ADS Race Ready shocks. They have 20 adjustable clicks here. So we're really looking forward to using those. This will be the first trip on those. We're running up front here. So we have, it's Rock Jock arms. I did have to replace the joints in them. I don't know why. I've had terrible luck with Rock Jock joints. 6 out of 8 were completely blown in 14,000 miles in off-roading. So right now I have metal cloak joints in there. I don't love them. They're super soft, so I'll have to try to find something in the middle, looking at maybe TMR next or ballistic fabrication. The steering is Fusion. It's the F-ton steering. I think you guys are probably familiar with them. I've talked about them in other videos. I think this is the 3rd steering setup I've been on because I've bent some of the others. So had really good luck with it so far. We also run a PSC RAM, and then up front here you can't help but notice we're running a ECGS Super 60 front axle. So that's a 10-inch ring gear. We do run ARB air lockers. And then this axle is called their KP540. And this axle, we've had this axle now, it's a year. It's been in here for a year. So they've had this KP540, which stands for it's a 40 spline inner and outer. So I don't know if you can tell, but these RCBs are called the Big Bell RCBs. And as you can tell, they barely fit into this forging that's custom made just for this large of a shaft. ECGS axles are also kingpin axles. I was looking forward to that for sure. No more ball joint issues. So pretty exciting, right? These are, you know, we kind of got these thinking, man, we hope that we don't ever break. We don't ever have to mess with the front axle. So we'll see. So far it's been that way. The other thing I had ECGS do was they welded on these tie downs for me. So literally when we trailer, we just come up here and click. I don't have to try to go over this, avoid brake lines or anything else. I can just click right in. Those are on the front and the rear. So that's great. Anti-rock sway bars front and rear. We put those on in the initial build. No problem with them other than the sticker comes off. We have had some squeaking here, and I had to pull this all apart and grease all this up to make it stop squeaking some. And all the grease had worked its way out of it. So the other thing we have is we have King hydraulic bump stops up front. Pretty easy install. We did it ourselves. You just cut this off and bolt them all up in there. They kind of soften that. You know, the 392s being so heavy, we were certainly worried about bottoming out. So also front and rear, we have American Adventure Lab. We went with their liners front and rear. This being a 392, the typical liner won't work unless you do a relocation. And I do have a Moto-built windshield washer tank under here that replaces the stock one, so then you can run an actual AAL normal Rubicon inner liner. We also have those in the rear. Also up here up front, these are Next Venture Motorsports. We love pretty much everything those guys make. We run front bumper, rear bumper, the fenders, and then our skids we'll show you are all Next Venture Motorsports. These are high clearance. We're able to get, this tire can still get right up where it just touches these fenders. And even if you just did the fender split, you'd still be about 2 inches lower than what these guys are. So great fenders. We've put that one in a wall several times. I'm able to sand it out and kind of buff it and get it kind of back to looking normal. Right on this build, we're working with, we weren't working with, we bought all these ourselves during their Black Friday sale, but Diode Dynamics, they're a great company. They're in St. Louis. Our daughter used to live up there, had stopped in at their store one time. They're just some good dudes, you know, great guys to work with, and they make a quality product. They do everything they can to source and make everything, or at least assemble in America that they can. So they're trying, right? So Diode Dynamics, the bigger lights, the smaller lights are also Diode Dynamics. And then underneath I'm running their rock lights. And then I got this mixed review on these. I don't think they're quite bright enough. I would like them to be brighter. And I've had 2 of these lenses pop off that we've lost on the trail, and they're about $10 a piece to replace. So at some point I'll probably end up replacing these. I don't know that I could recommend them, but I can recommend everything else Diode Dynamics makes. Warren winch, this is the Xeon 12. I think the line speed on the 12 was a hair faster. And these Jeeps are heavy, right? This Jeep goes 7,000 pounds as it sits here. So running it, Factor 55, this Ultra Hook. We originally had the normal, I can't remember what it's called, the Expert, the little thimble, but it was tough. Tracy, sometimes I can't get out of the Jeep because we're in such a bad position when we need to winch. And this hook was just a lot easier for her to do. Definitely synthetic winch line. There's no way I'd run anything else. And guys, we've installed all this ourselves. So yeah, so moose knuckle, I just got these. I saw these on something else, so they really help when you're hooking up to it. You split it apart and you can run your rope onto it without having to thread it. We actually, I don't even think we had a chance to use these yet, but they're here. So I think that pretty much takes care of the front end. We can move over, kind of go to the side here. So I'm vertically challenged, so getting in and out of this as much as we do, we try to spot as much as we can. I think you guys know Tracy gets out and films a ton. Yeah. So these were a must-have for us, and I don't know, they get a lot of bad press on the internet. I'm not totally sure why, because we've abused these things. They are, I mean, wait till you see the driver's side. It is really taking a beating.
They're on every vehicle we have.
Yeah, we do. We have these on every vehicle. We have even the LJ. We just put a set on. And I do run the optional armor with them. We had one motor go out, but they replaced it under warranty. Wasn't bad at all. I'm sure you guys have seen these and how they work. You open it up and you know, it gives you a great step to get in, and then the step kind of tucks up in there. Pivoted the whole Jeep multiple times on them. No issues at all. So underneath, I think I'd mentioned that we had these. This is the Next Venture Motors. This is the full, their full skid system, and you can see ours have taken the abuse. Their full skid system, it has this high molecular weight plastic on it that really allows these to glide, and you can watch in some of the videos, you'll see we'll belly out on something, and it's almost like a slip slide. It'll go kind of right over it where the normal aluminum or steel will just catch and hang. So excellent. It is an option to add on to it, but it's an excellent option to add on to, and even goes up there and covers the motor. So then coming around here to the back, again, American Venture Lab liners, same Rock Jock arms, anti-rock, the ADS race ready shocks. We do run right now a Nitto 40. I think probably in the future we're going to try some Mickey Thompsons maybe. I think we saw a lot of performance of these, and I was surprised I didn't realize a lot of the people run a K-Spec tire that the normal public can't get. So I think some of the performance you see in a lot of the videos with folks isn't what you get at all. So that kind of begs, you know, I'm not sure I love that a ton. So Mickey Thompson does offer everything that you run to the factory that they run to everybody. So we run Fittipaldi wheels. I don't know, we've had KMC, we've had several different types of wheels. I like the look of these. I like the color. So we were giving them a shot. You can tell these rings have taken their fair share of abuse. We've had zero issues. These ran in King of the Hammers this year, no failures. So I think they're off to a great start so far. So Let's see, what else back here? We do run, this is the,
Taillights? No?
oh yeah, we do. We do have the Moto-Built. This is their 3D printed tail light system. Tracy got these for me for Christmas. Love them. We wired these into the reverse light, so these come on with reverse. They also come on with a switch. Next Venture Motors rear bumper, moose knuckles again, and then these are Diode Dynamics. They have a red backlight that comes on with the parking lights, and then they also come on in reverse as well. TerraFlex spare tire carrier, just to help kind of with the weight. And this is set up for the 8 lug, so we typically don't run it, but some of the places we know we have to. This is actually a Rugged Ridge Amazon tag kit. It works perfect, does everything we need it to do. And then this is the Midland, this is that new series of antennas they came out with this year, or last year, I guess, that goes to the GMRS radio setup we have. And it did lose. Hey, this is a PSA for you guys. When your power goes out and you have to pull the cord to raise your garage door opener, know that it sticks down about 4 inches lower than it does when the garage door opener pulls it out. And that 4 inches may make the difference of you backing out and taking the door with you or not. And this may be tough, but it didn't survive taking out 2 sections of our garage door as I backed out. Neither did the top, all the places it hit. So that's kind of, I think that's pretty much it for the outside. You can tell, you can see on a lot of the videos, we really have this. Again, 14 bolt in the rear. I'm not sure we talked about that. I do run 513 gears. It's ARB air lockers front and rear. And I have, I think it's the Moto-Built forged 14 bolt pinion guard. I think you guys saw that when I showed underneath just a second ago. Synergy brake lines, and then I run TerraFlex bump stop extensions. I like their setup the best by far. And then it is a Rock Jock rear sway bar, a rear track bar, and the front is a Synergy.
All right, for the inside?
Okay, so we run American Adventure Lab, and they custom powder coat all this stuff for you. This is their table. It's super. We really enjoy it. We got the bamboo option. Has a magnet here, a light, so you can kind of see what you're doing. We cook lunch on this all the time, literally every time we're practically out. Has a trash bag holder here, bottle opener actually up here, and the caps fall into this. And then it has all this kind of MOLLE paneling on it. And we actually run these Yeti bags that are waterproof. They self-seal. This one's got all kinds of wipes and bug juice in it that we keep in it. This one has, we carry our air down gauge in it. We also have trash bags in this one, and also the key to the wheels is in this as well. So these, we really like these. They're fantastic. So then in the back, I have these X-Cargo. I think as you guys know, cargo is kind of a limited thing on these. So we have these guys. They were on back order for I think it took 9 months or something to get these. And then they finally came in, and they're great. We've got, I think this one I have all of the, I have the hose kit to air up, and I think Thor's Lightning is the kit we have that you can air up all 4 tires at one time, and it stays in here. So that's kind of the back right here. I think obviously we'll get up here in a second. No secret that we don't run the rear seat. So I think that's it for here. And then we also have the Hot Heads headliner that goes with the Sky One Touch.
I don't know if you can really see that, but it's all good.
Yeah, I can open it. Went ahead and opened the top up to let some more light in so you can kind of see this a little bit better. So American Adventure Labs, we have their liners on the front and the rear doors. The fronts have the ones that stand out thicker that give you space where you can put stuff down in them. And then the backs, we have the flat ones. It didn't take us long at all for the nets to get just completely trashed. Back here we run this one because we run these guys. And these are Cargo Dog is the company that makes this. And it's a full rear seat replacement. I keep all the tools in here, recovery gears over there. These we love them, right? And it gives the dogs a flat. They have this whole area back here that's flat. It's the same level, and then it's secure. You can lock these. The front one there, the middle is shallower. It's kind of more for sensitive items. They also have charging capability built into them if you plug it in. So these, I really, really like these a lot. Plus it gets that weight for anything that you're going to carry way down low as you can possibly get it. So it kind of helps with that center of gravity. We run these thin skins. I don't know if you guys have seen these. They just pop off and it kind of protects your door panel. I think you guys know we have kind of big dogs, German Shepherds, the Dobermans, and they all love to put their feet up here. They love to throw up on this.
Scratch it.
Scratch it. Yeah. So these things have been great. We have no complaints at all about them. We run just tons of various bags. These are actually dump pouches. I think you guys know we're veterans. These are actually dump pouches that we actually use all the time to hold bottles or our coffee or whatever. The other thing too is this is just an Amazon special. If anybody's interested, ask. I can put the link in here. You know, the 23 model year did not have a cup holder back there. I think the later ones did. I know our Gladiator does, which is weird. But you kind of take that apart and replace the little floor plate that was there with this, and now it's a cup holder too. And of course, you guys know I can't live without my gum. Mm-hmm. Also, I even carry like these in here. I think you guys have heard me talk about these before. And this just sticks to the front of the box. And if we're taking something apart on the trail, then it lets us do that. So I just got these in. I got these for the Rubicon specifically to help again with some cargo space. We carry first aid kits. Here's one that we built, and then that's one that was already completed. Both have tourniquets in them. Combat Lifesaver, we went through all those kinds of courses. So, I think we're prepared to use them as in an immediate responder capabilities. But I think those are important for everybody. Should have those. I think there's another fire extinguisher located in this. These bags, I think, are going to be great. You can unzip this out and then open it up, and then it's 2 tiers. About here up is a fabric separator, and they go all the way back to there. So I don't know if you can tell, but that one has a bag below it that zips into the bottom here that actually adds quite a bit of extra capacity. This side, if you have the subwoofer, you have to take it off. If you don't, you can run it as well, and it gives you quite a bit. But these just, they'll unzip, and of course they have all the MOLLE webbing if you want to add extra things to it. But here's kind of what I was talking about. It's 2-tiered in here. Lighter stuff can go on top. We carry different towels and stuff in case, and then heavier on the bottom. And the way these mount is there's actually a steel plate in the bottom of this, if you can see it. I don't know, that's probably an 1/8 inch thick steel plate that actually bolts in 2 places to the bolts that hold down the top. And it gives this rigid structure that lets it hold, quite a bit of weight that you can put in there. So I think we're pretty excited to give these a try on the Rubicon, keep jackets, whatever, that kind of stuff in that makes it easily available. Now, the one thing I did notice in them instantly was, you're not looking out these side windows anymore. So if you're the driver and you're trying to look back through this window, it's blocked out. And it did make it darker in here too, I think, when we put them in. So that was another kind of surprise for us. So I think that's the back here. We do have an ARB twin. We mounted it right here. I can't remember the name of this mount. If anybody's interested, I'm happy to look it up and post it in here. Good mount, works perfect, and we run it underneath there. And then underneath, I did forget to mention, we do have an ARB 1-pound tank that just helps from the compressor having to cycle so much. And it's mounted up in one of the skid plates to the skid plate, so it works pretty good. I don't think there's anything else back here. So then up here up front, so these are the ICOM GMRS radio speakers. And you guys obviously know I'm a little bit, have some hearing loss. And so I had to get these really up here right by my ears so I could hear them. Our radio is a Wuxen, and it is the KG1000G Plus. And this is just the head of it. And then the actual unit mounts down underneath here. I just made a little bracket for it. And so that way it kind of separates the two. It's a 50-watt radio, and it also does 2 channels simultaneously. That's why there's 2 speakers. One speaker does one channel and the other speaker plays the other. I think you guys know we put in the Stinger unit. Tracy got me this as a present as well. We also run this dash cam right here. I don't think we showed you in the back. You may be able to see it in the video, but there's a camera right here that looks through the front, and then there's also a camera in the back that we put this in because, with the spare tire back there, we couldn't see anything out the back window. And so this is basically a digital rear view mirror, and that camera is mounted at the top back there on the inside, and it that way it shows you that picture. Other thing, I think we have the CMW or CMM off-road. This is their shifter, the Hill Killer one. You can see this little guy right here. I have the tool over there. You just flip it whenever you want it to be able to go from drive to reverse, or you put it back here and it's in stock mode and it's locked out. This is just typical Amazon kind of cheap stuff that just holds, I think, our wallet and whatever goes in there when we're driving. What else? So I think you guys know we have these 3W mats. You see those in the floorboard.
What they do now.
Yeah, they do now, yeah.
And what about
And then that's the Switch Pros, and that's their mount specifically for the JL. It works great. I think in hindsight, I wish I'd have went with the 12 switch, as I've got every one of those switches taken and 3 of these now. I guess I do still have one left down here, but yeah, I think that's great. So what else? I think that's everything you can see on the side there. We have fire extinguishers. Those are the Elements, and that's actually a flashlight holder. It's literally a Maglite flashlight holder that's made for the Jeep JL. They're on Amazon, and it just clips into the seat rails. And then I added a little bit of camper tape to tighten it up, and those guys ride right there if we ever need them. There's one on each side. We have the one in the back as well.
Did you change the pedals?
I did. Those are the Mopar Performance pedals I added. They're pretty simple. You just pop the old ones off and you snap those guys on. I ordered those through Quadratech. They're super easy to work with. Other thing, this is the 67 Designs rail. We obviously hang the mic here. This is actually even mounted to a ball that connects to it as well. And then my phone will typically mount there. The other thing, and I don't remember the brand name of this guy, but this is an iPad mount that we use. We got it off of Amazon. I don't remember the brand. And it bolts to the front seat mount and then has a little stabilizing brace. And then we use this. We have a big 11-inch screen, I think, iPad, and Tracy does most of the navigation, and that big really allows her to be able to see it. So I think that's it. Again, the American Adventure Lab's up here. We even have the smaller Yeti containers up here on Tracy's side. ARB, the radio, all mounted underneath this seat. I think that's it. I mean, kind of purpose built for what we wanted it to do. And we do enjoy rock crawling, and that's kind of what we built it for. And so far, so good. It's
these little things. I think you talked about that though, right? Yeah. Little Amazon specials. I like it because it keeps my glasses, my lipstick, my chapstick, all the things. All right, guys, so that was the Jeep. Hopefully we explained all of it, went through all the details. I'm certain we missed something, but we're happy to answer any other questions if you have any other questions. We're really enjoying the Jeep, and we really enjoy doing the videos for you guys. If you like it, please subscribe. We would love to get more subscribers because we're really, I don't know, we've got a lot of things planned, and we'd like for you guys to come along with us. But thanks. Yeah, we appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate it. Nope. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, any questions, let us know. Happy to tell you what we thought about some different parts. How everything's working out. We'd love to explain it or help you guys with any decisions you got to make on which parts to get for yours.
Yeah.
So
Stay tuned for the Rubicon video.
Yep. Appreciate you guys. Bye.